Hello, my friends, and welcome to tonight's episode of the Strength of Thousands AP here on twitch.tv/tabletop rolls. Hi, everyone. I hope everyone's doing really well tonight. We're doing really well. It's been a crazy day. It's been a crazy weekend, but it's going to be a few more crazy weeks coming right up. And here's our programming schedule for those crazy weeks. All of our tabletop RPG shows are going to be continuing, but the rest of them are going to be on pause for a bit. So no Tamer Tuesday until the June. No Stardew Sunday until June, or, well, the end of May. Maybe beginning of June. I don't know how the calendar works. Next Stardew Sunday will be June 5th, so the first Sunday of June. Then Tamer Tuesday will come back on the 7th. And Salt and Sorcery will be back on the 11th. Or actually, Salt and Sorcery will be back on the 4th. And Matt and I are going to be doing some co-op stuff with that, so come and check that out.
Oh.
Yeah. We'll do like a co-op Dark Souls like game, or Dark Souls, one of like the other games.
We have to find something.
Yeah, we'll figure it out, but I'm sure it will have the same energy of me and Shai playing It Takes Two together. Except the roles will be reversed, because the one constantly dying will be me, and Matt will just be far ahead waiting for me to catch up.
I am no guarantee that'll be the case.
Fair enough. But that's what's going on for our other programming. But for our regular tabletop RPG shows, of course, we're keeping everything going. So every Monday you have the Strength of Thousands AP. It's what you're watching right now. Every Wednesday we have the League of Amazing Adventurers, and in that show there be dragons. Then on Friday we have the Calling Chronicle. And yeah. Let's see. Oh, McKenna, did you see the announcement that I posted on our staff Discord today about the Western?
No. Oh yeah, that we're home ruling that the non-fatal damage doesn't come at a penalty, which I think you should be able to do anyway, but that's fine.
Yeah, they added that in the Agents of Edgewatch AP, the one where you play members of the Absalon Guard, as just like the baseline. Hey, all your damage is non-lethal. It's very cool.
You're not going to accidentally kill a citizen in an arrest.
Yeah, basically.
As it should be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Take a drink there.
If you want a good read the Player's Guide for Agents of Edgewatch and read that section, because it's very pointed. You can tell Paizo's an American company when you read that. But my friends, other than that, a couple more announcements. Number one being, I'm going to be at PaizoCon, not in any sort of official capacity, but I'm going to be there playing games. I've made a gunslinger version of Elisandra that I'm going to be playing with. So I'm really.
If you're there, bug him about League of Amazing Adventurers ships.
Yes, do it. But yeah, for that, there might be some fun like side content that we do on our TikTok that week, because I know that I'm getting together with a couple of the content creators while we're there, just to like hang out. So that might be fun.
Oh, am I playing Ophelia tonight?
Oh, did it switch? Oh, it switched everything.
I didn't even notice either.
Yeah, that's my bad. But that actually is a perfect transition for Matt to introduce the folks of this game. I leave the floor to you, Matt.
So for the person who's not playing Ophelia tonight, McKenna, who are you playing tonight?
I think theoretically I'm playing Avi Avi. Is that right? Are we on the same page about that? I'm playing Avi Avi, and go check out my TikTok. I just posted a new TikTok about this very campaign. I'm talking about you, Twitch chat. That's what I'm doing in it. So go check it out.
Oh my!
Put on blast.
Spicy.
But with the real Ophelia, please stand up.
If I stood up, you wouldn't be able to see me. But hey, what's up? I play Ophelia, and she is our bard. She is real cool. She likes all things pink. She likes all things pastel. She loves spreading love and helping her community. Speaking of helping communities, guys, I do have a link to post in our chat The tea house that I work at, we got evicted due to very stupid circumstances. We would really appreciate it if you guys shared the link, spread our story, helped us out. Anything would really help. We really appreciate it. I hope to be doing tabletop events and cosplay events at the new location that we found. So the faster we can get the new location up, the faster we can be doing these fun events. We really appreciate it. Thank you. I love you.
Tea houses are part of one of the many glues of a civil society.
We do parties too, so.
There you go. And speaking of parties, which is a group of people enjoying their company together, we have Aerith and her mouse friend, Erin, explain to us who Aerith is.
Well, Aerith is actually, of course, a cat person who just loves sleeping, who loves food, very much like, of course, the person that plays her. I just wish that I had a companion like Bob to have. I'm very like animal deprived, so any pictures of cats, or I love, any type of rodent, guinea pigs, even rats and hamsters are my favorite. That will literally bring me joy in my life. And just seeing guinea pigs just squeak and talk, and it's just like, I have no idea what you're saying, but you're so cute. And of course, with that being said, Aerith does love parties and tea houses, so please help us sis out, because I would love to go to those cosplay events as well. I would really enjoy it, and of course, Bob will too. Yeah. Bob's the party animal.
Speaking of cat folk, though, does Aerith dislike the first day of the work week?
Yes, very much so. Mondays are hell. Although lasagna, I'll think about that. Aerith is actually lactose intolerant, which is the irony of it all.
Oh.
Yeah.
And speaking of lactose intolerant things, something that was often punished by cults, no, not really, but I'm using it as a segue anyway. Will, who are you playing tonight?
Hi, I'm Will. I'm playing Igora. I'm a Gripply summoner who was part of a cult, but I'm not part of a cult now. And I fell down a hill, and now I've got a rooster named Choco on my hands. And I've got Gamma all over my battlefield, and I just can't stop. I tried to make a Phineas and Ferb joke. It did not work.
It did not work.
That was rough.
That was really rough. I tried my best, though.
You could just see that train crashing in slow motion. I agree, Reverend Master. He does still sound like he's in a cult.
I am in a... Hi. Hello, have you heard about our Lord and Savior, frogs and fishnets?
What?
Sounds like Kermit the Frog.
On a Friday night. Anyways. And finally, I am, of course, Matthew, the DM for this evening, urban off at various places on the internet. But yeah, that's our merry band of players tonight. So, Will, why don't you go ahead and roll that intro, and then we can get into what madness we're going to engage in tonight.
Oh, it is going to be fun.
Art. You need to come.
We were just talking about something. We forgot another thing. McKenna's in an art show.
Woo! Art.
It's on the 25th.
Zoe brought up H2O during the intro, and that is the show that Will brought it up. Zoe reacted to it. That's the show that I'm making art for. The theme of the art show is the shows that gayed us. It's kind of like the shows that made us, but queer. So all of the artists are LGBT, and like I said, I'm doing the mermaid show. I think I might also do some Avatar stuff. We'll see. We'll see what gets done in time for the art show. But
How much
I've seen
She-Ra is there going to be?
So we're doing shows from our childhood.
She-Ra did exist back in the day.
Not the version.
Not
that
popularly.
You know what I mean?
No.
Not the version that gave me.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
I will say I've seen the artwork that McKenna's done, and I personally love it. I'm a little bit biased, though, I'm sure. But also, Rose, who's in our Friday show, has a piece going there as well, and it is a beautiful Marceline piece. Like, it's amazing.
Aww.
It's very well made. So, like, y'all, come check out this art show. I'll be there. McKenna will be there. Rose will be there. I think Abby might be coming too again, just to come and hang out for a bit.
That would be fun. She came last.
That's
time. That was
Friday?
great.
Yeah.
It's on a Wednesday.
Oh,
Shoot.
It's the 25th of May.
What time?
I think it starts at 7 and goes till like whenever the bar closes.
So
I
like
think last night it was
7
midnight.
7 p.m.
7 p.m. Yeah.
Perfect. I know I will probably get off early, so I might want to do that too.
yeah, we can.
yeah, I might be up for that.
It's also at a barcade, so like even if you don't feel like buying any of the art, you can go and play
Buy a drink.
like old school antique cabinet arcade games.
Wait.
And it's real fun.
If any of you
At
feel like
the
beating me at
barcade?
Street Fighter.
Player 1.
Been there. Cool. Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
If anyone feels like beating Will at Street Fighter, feel free to come and destroy me. I'm bad at the game, but I love it.
I will
Aw.
say nothing is as LGBTQ as Total Drama Island. So I
You know
hope to
what?
see.
You're right.
That is
Yeah.
Canadian
I
show.
almost forgotten about that.
Canadian show.
Chris McLean going like, "Welcome, gamers."
All right, but
Fellow gamers.
we've gone
All
a
right,
little bit off
gamers, we
topic
got a
now.
show to do.
I
Gamers.
apologize. I forgot about that announcement. But Matt, I will give you. You have the proverbial talking stick again.
I have the stick. Anyway, or the conch. I don't know.
Magic Conch. What should we do now?
Do people do
Can I have
people
something
still
to eat?
do people still get made to read Lord of the Flies in school?
Yup.
Yes.
Yes.
Oof.
I think
Okay.
about our time was the Hunger Games and the Great Gatsby.
We
But
did both.
Hunger Games in school?
yeah,
No, I
Hunger
was
Games
the
in school.
summer after it was released, so it was kind of a phenomenon.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I can feel my blood turning to sand.
Phenomenal.
No, I mean like the year that we were required to read it, it was the summer after it was released. So it's not like
Yeah.
it's considered a classic or anything. They were just I think they tried to make the required reading something that kids were maybe already reading anyway.
Yeah.
Which was met with some success. So good for them for listening to the kids, I guess.
I mean, I remember the book vividly.
So we are heisting.
Yes, there's
Yes.
potential heisting.
I can't
Potential
wait.
heisting, potential
God,
honeypotting, all
don't
the...
remind me.
So, when last we left our players, they were taking a break from the actual canon content of the adventure path, because the adventure path does encourage me to come up with some own activities of my own for the students. And so I decided that one of their dorm mates was going to come with them with a problem, that a package that they had interested in, a piece of art, a large painting, had essentially been stolen out of the mail quite a while ago, and it was lost, but now Shizere, their dorm mate, had discovered it was in the possession of a rather unpleasant rare goods dealer, who may or may not also be a bit of a criminal. It's hard to say, but that's probably not even your business at this point. And you guys, being an unknown factor, have agreed to try and maybe get in, get the painting, and get out. How you do it is completely up to you. Shizeri, unfortunately, is known not only to the owner, but his worryingly intelligent helper monkeys. By the way, you guys did learn the names of all the monkeys. There's Shaka, the all-seeing, Barnabas, the fist,
Yeah.
Okay.
Heathcliff, the jumper,
Heathcliff.
the jumper,
Huh.
and Sanguinius, the switchblade.
Sanguinius. I like that name. It's cool.
So that's Shaka, Barnabas.
Heathcliff and Sanguinius.
I definitely will remember Heathcliff, a fellow cat turned into a monkey.
Barnabas.
SMH. I also didn't bring my notebook today, so I'm going to be severely underprepared.
Well, as also just to mention, the group seem to have split themselves into two teams, the outside and the inside team. The inside team have taken on the identities of Elric, the hype man, and Fifi, the hyped. And then on the outside, we have Aerith as Aerith and Avi Avi as Avi Avi, casing the joint out and trying to acquire any other information. So before we actually get zooming back in out of the recap cutscene at the start of the episode, does anyone have any questions of things they need to clarify before we get started?
I'd like to clarify the strop owner's creep factor on a scale of 1 to 10, please.
He has a precious gem, or possibly an imitation precious gem, embedded in one of his teeth. His hair is slicked back. He is wearing quite fancy clothes. He also has, and he's not wearing it currently, but he does seem to have a rather exquisite looking eyepiece, like a single like monocle and a chain dangling from a pocket. And you guys have heard that this is likely the device he has that allows him to see illusions.
Oh, that's cool.
So if he raises it to his eye, any illusions around him will appear as like ghosts or shapes around the real thing. So
Only if he raises it to his eye.
Specifically
only if he actually raises it up. But admittedly, it's like it's less than a 6-second action for him to go boop.
Right.
Sounds like Aerith needs to carry some pocket sand.
So Nar for invisible things.
Nar for him, but not necessarily Nar for the monkeys.
Oh, no. Got it.
Nar.
You guys speaking in code? What's happening?
It's an H2O.
Nar.
Which means I nar.
I'll let you some H2O DVDs and you can get caught up on that series.
Don't put yourself out.
Come on, it's so good.
I think the plan was to see if our like charisma casters couldn't get in there and just like sweet talk it out of him. And then if we couldn't get that done, then we can move on to plan B, which is like a full-on heist.
Hopefully Zoe and I can fleece this Elon Musk.
Well, let's see how this goes. So last we had, if Ophelia was just very slowly looking at everything, making her way down town.
It should be noted.
Slow.
What I just is because there are a few items on display inside the shop currently. You probably guessed that there's a big door, heavy looking door behind him, behind this desk, and you imagine that's the actual storehouse part of it. The stuff in the gallery, so to speak, right now, which is in kind of heavy cases. The one at the most leftmost on the top row, that is the painting. So it is out of the storeroom currently.
Okay.
But you also do think that the door locked behind you, so you don't think you can just grab it and run out the door right now.
Right now, but
No.
maybe later.
And to be fair, also, only 2 of you know what's going on right now. The outside crew, they could all be dead. You don't know.
Why would they be dead? The monkeys are in here.
No. You might be dead. You might be dead.
Oh no!
Just as you said that, my cat just like pawed my arm and looked up at me and scared me.
Oh, you might be dead.
that was crazy timing. But anyway, yeah, I think Ophelia makes her way finally to the end of the room and is ready to introduce herself to.
Feel free to move yourself
this-
to wherever you wish. Assuming you guys can move these tokens I placed on the table.
Not slimy gentlemen.
Okay, good. You can.
All right. And then she's gonna start with
He tries to, like, seeing you up close. He tries to sit up a little straighter in his chair and puff out his chest a little bit.
All right, so she just goes straight into a song, and I would sing, but I am out
Done.
of song requirements, which is a voice, and I don't have a voice. So the song that she chooses to go with is "Welcome to Mystery," and like some of the words are,
I used to. go with
imagine a
that song.
city where everything's pretty, and you, sir, you rule the kingdom. You call the shots. You can do what you want to. She talks about imagine a room where the flowers bloom and the cracks in the floor and the ceiling, just you and the misses and rose-scented kisses. My, what a wonderful feeling. Kind of that thing. And while I'm doing that, I would like to use my beat melodious spell, which is subtly weaving spell casting into my performance. I'm going to attempt a performance check against all observers' perception DCs. So we will see how that goes.
There was a
Ooh.
pause when you said, I'm going to use my feet. I'm like, hey, now, not on Twitch.
What kind of sick individual?
If I can,
I mean,
Idra
hello?
is going to attempt to aid.
Also, for the record, I'm not a feet person.
Thanks
That's
for
what
clarifying.
they all
Making this clear to the internet
That's
right now.
what
Make
they
a
all
deception check,
say.
Matthew.
I do like a
Alright.
well-drawn hand, though. Perception check, you say?
Deception.
Well-drawn
for
hands
yourself.
are
Oh, I'm going to use my hero point to re-roll that
Performance.
because I don't want him hinder her.
Performance through perception, yeah. Okay.
Ooh. First roll needing to be
Ooh.
hero pointer. That's okay. That's
That's
much
fine.
better.
That'll aid. So you get a plus. You get a +1.
Ooh.
Is that it? Oh, I thought it was
Okay.
not 20 for a second there, but
Pretty close. Pretty
that's
close.
a very high roll. Now, what are you trying to accomplish with this performance? Like, what is it
So-
taking the place of?
This performance is gathering up his ego, getting on his good side, becoming his best friend,
So a
making
deception
sure that
roll.
he thinks that I am very attractive. It is
This is a load-bearing song.
It is the honey pot of all honey pots. All right, okay. Yeah, and then let's see. So if the performance check is successful against the observer's perception, they don't notice the spell at all.
What spell are you casting?
Charm.
Mm.
Charmed, I'm sure.
Because he would be charmed, I'm sure. All right.
And what is happening?
I don't know. Okay. So then, okay. Well, how did it go?
Give me a second here. I am just going to get a stat block up.
Okay.
All right. And this would be against Will, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Against his perception DC.
Oh, well, no, that worked. Yeah, you rolled high enough but I'm still rolling against the charm, right?
Yes.
Okay. So
let me
just
just
because I don't have a proper character sheet for this, I'm
Throw
just gonna.
that up.
21.
Uh,
That's a respectable one.
only rolled an 11.
Critical failure.
Roll for the. Okay. Cool.
Now they're charmed. They are
Okay.
your friend.
We're
They like you a lot.
friends.
They would
Okay.
take you out. They would have a proper, lovely date with you. They would, wine and dancing and stuff. They think you are a classy lady.
Matt,
Very nice.
specifically, the
All
spell's
right.
critical failure is that the target's attitude becomes helpful to you.
Helpful.
Mhm.
Very helpful. All right. You have the pleasure of meeting Fifi Silverdale, songstress of the Vale. Now, it's a pleasure to meet you two, of course. You have a few items that have piqued my interest. And because you're so charming, I wanted to do business with you. I figured we could talk business. I mean,
Well, it would certainly be my pleasure to do business with such a lovely creature as yourself.
you're so sweet.
Now you're so sweet.
Stop. Oh, but don't.
Okay.
Now, money is, of course, no object to me, and I'm assuming a man of your taste is similar. You want the experience, the excitement, the promises of loyalties and undying loyalty at that, rather than just simple
He looks a little
coin.
confused at what you're getting at, but kind of
I'm
smiles.
sure. I mean, I'm sure that you don't trade in firstborn children the way that my family does. But my family is well known.
Kind of leans in. Are talking like sentient firstborn children?
Oh, of course. What else?
No.
Yeah, of course. But my family is well known to Feykind and the Magambio alike. And our connections are well sought after, and there's plenty you would gain from me singing your praises of your shop. You would be able to make any deal with anyone that you would so please, and have them on your good side as well.
Now that sounds lovely. And he reaches a hand across the counter and places his hand on top of yours. Are we perhaps talking of a long-term partnership?
Oh, why, of course. I don't do anything short term. I know your lives are so short compared to ours.
What is up with elves on this stream saying that to humans?
If I had a nickel.
You'd have 2 nickels.
Isn't it just the truth, though? Let's be real here. But,
I'm flashing back to some sorry relationships in video games.
Now, I would be more than happy to start business right away if you were to talk over these items that I am interested in. Otherwise, I have a few other things I could do for you.
Well, I am a big believer in networking. I have quite some interesting friends myself within the city. Some more friendly than others.
As he says that, I just
nervously twitches.
Make eye contact with him. And smile.
You're a no.
What did you have in mind here? I'm more than happy.
Well, the residence I'm staying in, I just moved, and there's nothing on the walls. There's nothing interesting in there. I was hoping I could get that painting over there in exchange for a start of my services.
Well, I certainly would love to help brighten up your estate. I do have a policy, you see, and I'm sure as a refined businesswoman as yourself, you would understand. And I am, of course, still more than willing to engage in this partnership. I think it could be very fruitful, and I would love to help. I do have a standing policy. All deals are a 24-hour affair.
Okay.
You see, there have been incidents in the past with horrid little schemers from cast-offs from that magic school down the road, the riffraff from there. And like he gestures with his little eyepiece, I've had to protect myself against such deceitful, terrible people. And so, in an effort to prevent magical trickery, once I make a deal, there's a 24-hour period to ensure that, say, some goods I'm given don't turn back into lumps of coal or things like that. I'm more than happy to make a deal. We can even sign for it and stuff. But I would ask that you wait 24 hours. You could spend it here with me. He reaches his hand back over the counter again. Once the 24 hours have elapsed, then we can proceed with the deal as planned.
Iguro will pipe up at this point and just look at him and say, while Our Lady is new to the city, I do believe that she has made a mutual connection. And Iguro just waves themselves down. I'm sure that they're vouch for her. What's the fucking word? Out of character.
I don't know. What are you trying to go?
Trustworthiness,
Synonym.
but not the word trustworthy. Like this person's legit. I'll just say for their legitimate status and such.
Legitimacy?
Yes, for their legitimacy. I'm sure.
This person is quite too legit to quit.
They just like say my presence there is enough to announce their legitimacy. I mean, look at me. I am.
I'm sorry, I don't quite follow. You get the impression he is trying almost not to pay attention to you, and he's so fixated on Fifi. I'm just lost in her eyes.
A common friend, perhaps you and I have, one with legs of a frog.
That does draw his attention, though that is a lie, Will, so I'm going to need you to make a deception.
God, mother.
Hey, guess
Balls.
Chicken butt?
what?
Oh.
24.
Very nice.
All right.
Are you a good liar, Will?
Now I'm just think this isn't a roll for him, so it's just a 10 plus. Yeah, no.
Yep.
Yeah. And now he starts, his smile seems to dip a little bit. He looks at Igra, he looks at you, Fifi, and now he's looking a little sad. Like, are you, kind of leans in and starts speaking a little quiet. Are you involved with this terrible business, milady?
Involved? Oh, no, just I have no problems with her. She has no problems with me.
And she's become such good friends, she's offered protection.
Which,
Oh,
of
no.
course, would fall to my businesses as well.
Well, oh, he actually kind of, it almost seems like genuine concern now, and he reaches out with both hands onto yours, and like the creep factor is kind of gone. Like, what did you promise her?
Oh, nothing, just my friendship.
Oh, and that actually makes him look almost even more scared. Like, oh no.
I should allow me to say, you heard her voice. She's quite fond. Frog Legs is quite fond of it.
Oh.
Yes, she just asked me to sing for her every once in a while.
Mm.
Good. Literally sing, not like we're gonna make you sing.
No. Just
Oh,
literally
no, no
perform.
one would be able to do that.
Quite the up and
While
coming.
this turn in the conversation is happening outside team, is there anything you want to be accomplishing while this is going on?
You literally read my mind.
Mind
Aerith,
taker.
Aerith was, of course, just sitting outside, just waiting for anything to happen. So she decided to open up her bag, and her bag is actually one of those never-ending bags that you could just reach into. And so she takes out like a little pot and starts making food just on the outside because she started getting hungry. Hey, Bob, do you want anything? And Bob squeaks in and just like, you want dumplings? I didn't even make, wait, hold on. She reaches in her bag and she brings out this little vial of kimchi. Do you want this? Feeds Bob a little bit. He nods and I'm like, okay. And then she just starts cooking just very quickly. Hopefully the monkeys or whoever's inside doesn't smell her food. She's just
Oh.
so hungry. So very hungry.
What is Avi up to?
I've been entranced by the cooking. Honestly, I'm pretty down for the plan to like see if these two can get it out on like charm and wit alone before we go in.
We've
So
been abandoned.
I'm okay to see this play out.
Are we doing good?
All right.
Avi, do you want some tea? I prepared some tea.
Tea without Ophelia?
Aerith and Avi, please make me a perception check.
Retro. 19.
Give me a second. I will. My screen is very small. I have many screens on here.
That's fair.
Many tabs.
Many tabs.
Malik has many tabs.
I cannot see it.
Avi, out of the corner of your eye, you see a small group of people coming down the street. And the thing that catches your eye probably the most is the figure leading this group. It's a rather large figure, kind of pale grayish greens kind of skin, obviously like a full orc. And They're eye-catching, not because they're an orc, but because they seem to have nails that have been inserted under the skin of their scalp. Their head is shaved, sticking up like some sort of metallic mohawk. And they seem to be wearing equally kind of, but low-key, spiky kind of leather-studded armor. And they seem to almost have a large club dangling from their belt, almost dragging on the ground. And they're accompanied by about 4 other equally tough and mean-looking people. And they do seem to be making a beeline for the shop.
Oh, God.
Uh-oh.
Okay, quickly then. Message is technically an illusion spell. Would you be able to see a message cantrip?
He's not
Okay.
using it.
He isn't.
Um.
And in the moment, he's getting lost in the vast cosmos that is Fifi's eyes.
Heightened to third,
Sick.
so message's range is 500 feet. We
You're
should
fine.
be close enough that I can message Ophelia and Igor and just be like, big group of scary-looking people incoming. Brace yourselves.
Oh, Avi, don't forget to mention the leader looks like Pinhead.
Leader looks like Pinhead. I don't know what that means.
We have
don't know
such
what that
sights
means
to show
either.
you.
As Igora gets that, like Igora puts their head, puts their finger up to their ear, like obviously to make it sound like they're listening.
Eagle
to
is
something.
unbound.
And then I just like look over to Zoe and I say, "Lady, my lady, it appears as though your next appointment is running a little bit early. We must be out of here as quickly as possible."
Ophelia. At that point, she's like,
Is something wrong?
I do apologize. Our next appointment, a performance that a mutual friend had set up for her, is running a little bit early, so we do need to conclude our business immediately.
As you say that, the monkey that this time is all together, Avi had seen earlier pop in through that little chute in the roof, suddenly leaps down from the chandelier that it had been perched on next to the desk, and Nardu doesn't seem like surprised at all by this, and he just turns to it, and the monkey actually, with its tail, hands him a little rolled up scroll. And he's, "Pardon me, I'm receiving a text."
That's funny.
He opens up the scroll, and he's reading it, and the color seems to drain from his face a little bit.
Ooh.
oh.
Like,
Uh-oh.
Speaking of appointments, I seem to have a bit of business coming in. I would hate to end our conversation just when we were getting to the partnership discussion. If you wouldn't mind, just join the gallery for a moment. I think I just have some people coming that I will need to have a talk with in a
We
moment.
really must be going. Her performances are very much on a tight schedule, sir.
Are you trying to convince him of something wrong?
Yes.
Mother.
Want to give him a diplomacy check?
Sure.
Can I aid that?
You certainly could, or you could do something yourself. It's up to you.
How'd we do?
Oh, you're fine.
Oh, okay.
I am an expert in diplomacy. Since,
Oh,
I was
very
told not to intimidate people anymore. I started training diplomacy.
Yeah,
instead.
that wasn't exactly helping us because none of us are intimidating.
He's like, I'll meet you in the middle, my friend and my dear. And he goes around the side of the desk, and he pulls out from his jacket what appears to be a long, almost seemingly solid gold kind of tag, and he affixes it to the front of the cabinet that has the painting, and it says "spoken for" on the tag. I would I'll be more than happy to continue this conversation, or even just process the paperwork. And you hear a knock, knock, knock. Like,
Oh,
and
shit.
he's like,
We have time.
feel free to go and enjoy the city and come back, or stay. I'd really love it if you would stay. I feel like we could just talk and talk for hours, maybe.
We'll have plenty of time for that. Like we said, this is a long-term agreement.
Yeah, my lady.
Excuse me. And he runs back to the other side of the counter, looking a little panicked at this point.
I just look at you, Zoe. I say, my lady, if you wish to leave, I can meet you at your next appointment with the painting. Or if not, we can stay. It will be tight, but we.
He is listening at his little copper tube now, and he pulls a lever under the desk, it seems, and the door unlocks. And I don't have tokens for these guys, but about a group of 5 tough-looking guys come in. The lead one, the orc with the metal mohawk, seems to make a dramatic effort of wiping his feet just outside the doorway and then stepping on the nice rich carpet. What are you guys doing as these people are entering the shop?
I will go off to the side to stand next to the painting, effectively. Just
I think we like to step over.
The painting is technically to the north wall.
Oh,
North.
well, we step over then.
We'll step
one
over
up
to there and we'll just admire the painting for a moment.
Okay.
I think we lost our opportunity to leave.
Yeah.
I mean, you could leave now. The door does. Nardu kind of looks at you, and you don't seem like you're leaving, so he kind of pulls another lever, and the doors kind of close, and there's a clank behind them. The figures cross the room, and Nardu tries to straighten his jacket and sit, importantly in his high back chair. Though now compared to the orc, he does look very small. And the orc stops before the counter, noticeably turns to kind of look at you guys, but you're not really paying attention to them, right?
No.
All right. And he kind of leans down specifically so he can sort of tower over Nardu and just starts sort of speaking firmly, but in an effort to be quiet directly at Nardu.
Perception check to hear what he's saying.
Sure.
With my keen elf ears.
Oh my.
They're very keen.
And you miss a couple of the first few words or stuff, and but you do catch essentially the gist of it is that there is going to be a shipment arriving this evening, along with the boss for a personal sit down. So don't go to the bar or anything this evening. Be present tonight and be prepared for a chat. Make sure, and kind of tilts his head a little bit, you guys without really looking at you, that there aren't any customers around. He's like, yes, of course, yes, fine, thank you. Was there anything else? And the orc kind of tilts his head a little bit and then even leans down even closer, you seem nervous. There's something wrong. You seem flushed. Your eyes seem weirdly dilated. No, it's just hot in here. It's just it's a blazer outside. Well, remember to stay put. The orc gets up and kind of glances over at you guys and glances at the tag now hanging on the painting, They turn around and they leave. Nardu's hair might be a trick of the light, seems to get a little grayer, you're not sure. But he slumps down in his chair after he opens the door and then closes it quite rapidly behind them after they're gone.
Interesting.
So they do leave, right?
They do leave.
I will go up to Nardu and just offer some. I have a water skin. I'll offer him the water skin and just say, I can tell it's stressful to interact with such members. And I hold them. I give them the water skin.
He actually pulls out a shot glass from behind the bar and pours them the water in that.
As I see them leave, I message Ophelia and just say, is he having a problem with those guys? Maybe that's our in. Maybe we can help.
Respond to message or no?
Yes, but you have to move your lips.
Oh.
So you have to mouth.
To be fair,
I would just say we would be more than happy to assist and make sure things go smoothly tonight.
So you're saying that to him and Ophelia and Avi at the
Avi.
same time?
Mhm.
Nice. Nicely done.
What will?
What?
Oh, my
Before-
Frog man.
Our deception is going to have to continue.
Before everything,
Oh, look, more dominoes.
Yes, that's what I'm worried about.
Eris kind of nudges over to Avi with her mouth full, just going, "Is everything okay?"
The big scary guys just walked into the shop and then walked out. So I messaged Ophelia and said, maybe we could help him
Oh.
with those big scary guys.
Oh, wait, I'm picking up what you're putting down. Igoro will pipe up and say, yes, I'd be more than happy to put in a word before the meeting.
We'll just watch the door again, see if
We
those guys
we
come
could
back.
easily be on our way now, actually. I could cancel my appointment.
But,
But we wouldn't be able to come back later. That's the thing. I would have to perform later. So, this is how it would go. We would leave with the painting straight to go to our mutual friend to talk about your meeting tonight.
he
To
does
make
seem
sure
to
that everything would be
single
smooth.
bead sweat. Now, this is a little bit beyond just the willing to help thing. So I'm going to ask you to make a diplomacy check. It won't necessarily be a very difficult one because he is charmed.
Igoro
But-
will assist.
You are trying to convince him a little something. Oh, goodness gracious.
I'm gonna.
No, Millie, that's the assist.
Yeah, that's the
So-
assist. So you get a
I
plus
was
2.
gonna say I was. So she's saying this in a very sing-songy voice. I'm gonna use performance because versatile performance is the feat.
That's
You get a
fine.
plus 2 because
With
I crit
diplomacy.
succeeded.
I should re-roll that one. 20.
Yeah, you
It's up to you. Do you want to re-roll it or not?
5. Use it.
Roll it. I'll
Re-roll it. You have
It's
the
gonna
you have
be-
2.
It's gonna be 22. Oh,
25.
Okay, there we
Close.
go.
Oh,
You know what?
close. 25.
That becomes a 25, and considering he is charmed, he does seem amenable to the idea. He has been, considering doing collabs and stuff. He wants to network a little. He's heard rumors that, heavens forbid, there might be some bad rumors around him going out into the city, despite the fact that he is a respectable and classy individual. Probably spread by some rats from the Magambia, honestly.
Gosh.
Yeah, fuck those guys.
Yeah, there are students at the Magambia we just really don't like.
There's one I know. He kept coming around here as like some sort of lovesick puppy or something, give me some sob story about how the painting you're interested in was all like, oh, it's the last thing I have to remember of her or anything, and
Oh, gosh.
it was really kind of pathetic.
Did he tell you any details? I want to make sure he doesn't come after me.
Oh well, believe me, you would be able to see him coming a mile away. He smells like a rubbing alcohol factory.
I
ugh.
chuckle at that. I audibly chuckle at that.
Yes, it's quite funny, isn't it? Yes.
Very quickly, this kitty has to go visit the litter box. So I will be
I've seen this.
right back.
I want to give a hero point for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, can we?
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
That's
But
awesome.
yes, I will be right
Yeah, that's fine.
Bless your heart.
So yeah, he does insist on doing like, he's a man of business and stuff. So he writes up like a small little contract, though. He does seem, the charm helps grease this a little bit, so to speak, but he stumbles a little bit over phrasing on the contract exactly what he's getting out of this deal. But he looks up into your smiling face and he's like,
Publicity.
"Oh, well, I'll just put promise of collaboration." And seems like I'm getting the better end of the deal here. No one seems particularly interested in this item. The charms seem to throw people off, and a few people that it was strange. A couple people really were studying the thing, and then they just kind of stood there for like minutes at a time, just staring at the painting. I had to kind of go over, and it was kind of weird. I've got some odd stuff in my shop, I'll admit. Some of it is quite rare and mysterious and possibly even magical, but something a little unsettling about this one. Are you sure you want to take it? I think I have something like I think in the back I have like I think I have like a nightie made of gold plates or something.
No, this one has caught my eye.
Are
And
you
that's
sure?
hard. That's hard to do.
I think you would look magnificent in it.
Remember, this is not a one-time thing.
Oh my.
So Ophelia very noticeably signs Ophelia and not Fifi.
Okay.
Bold choice.
Nah, it's not, I don't have to sign.
Now, question.
Mhm.
Are you very boldly signing Ophelia, or are you doing like cursive? Like, is this
Cursive.
a proper
Very cursive. So pretty.
Like, are you attempting, like, are you making this obvious that you're signing a name that you have not said before?
No. No.
Okay, I'm going to quickly roll a perception check to see if he notices that. Very wise, so his perception check is not great. He did roll a 19.
Ooh.
It would be against the deception DC.
Do you want to roll a deception?
Oh, it's
or
the
is this
DC,
a new one?
so whatever your deception is plus 10.
What is your deception, Ophelia?
My deception. Where am I looking? It's a 4.
So 14 is the deception DC.
It's a
Okay,
4.
so
Are you not even
it does give
trained
him.
in it?
I don't deceive. I don't.
Could have fooled me.
To see this.
He does kind of. He pauses after you've signed the document. It's like, is this like a family name or a?
It's my name. I go by many.
Oh! Is one of them like a stage name?
Oh yes.
Oh, delightful! So such mystique, such class, such worldliness.
I think
The charm is doing a lot of heavy lifting right now. But yeah, he ruffles up the contract. He specifically brings out like a tube from underneath his desk, slips it into the tube, seems to lock the tube, and then you hear it click into a thing under the desk. It's like, well, I'm looking forward to this. And he walks around the desk, and he kind of pauses before the case, and he says, just a trade secret thing. Would you mind turning around?
Sure.
Sure.
You guys turn around, and you hear some interesting clicking sounds, and like something like, and then like a pressurized something opening. And he's like, "That's all good now." There are anti-theft measures in the cases, but their exact operation is a bit of an operational secret. I'm very proud of them. I came up with them myself. I'm a bit of a tinkerer.
Of course, you're so clever.
Yes, I'm quite good with my hands, you see. Yes, everyone, you are perfectly free to vomit. This guy is pretty creepy.
Yes.
But you charmed him, so he thinks you're into it.
Oh no,
Yeah.
no, thank you.
Roll to not vomit on the floor.
Keep in mind, you guys can go drink a lot after this if you want. But yeah, he takes the painting out of the case. You do notice he very specifically seems to place his hands on the frames in a way that doesn't touch any of the charms. And he kind of brings it back to the counter, and then he whistles. A certain combination of whistles, and a couple of the monkeys hop down from where they've been kind of observing things, and they run behind the counter, and in this amazing little display, they bring out like a roll of brown paper and twine, and they wrap up the painting in an
So
amazing
cute.
display of agility. And then they tie it in a little bow, and then both of them land on his shoulders, and he gives them what appears to be like little pieces of like treated meat or something, like jerky. And they gobble them up in a frankly slightly unnerving bit of ferocious eating. And you see these monkeys actually have like pretty sharp teeth.
Ooh.
Gee, I am so glad that we didn't have to fight them.
They fight dirty. There may be things thrown.
Yeah. I'm familiar with monkeys in PF2.
Oh.
But yeah, like, well,
Dangerous.
when can I expect you back to begin our collaboration? I very much look forward to it. You said you had a show this evening. Are there perhaps seats available? I have a little bit of clout, and
I'm afraid.
Unfortunately, it's private showing.
oh well, perhaps in future, assuming things go well, I might prevail upon you for my own private performance. Kind of glares a little bit at Igora.
Of
I
course.
just look at him, and I just kind of like smile back, and I say, I would be happy to arrange such a thing for my lady at a later date, but we must be going.
It's wonderful to meet you, Fifi.
Pleasure.
Just the Paris Hilton
Igora will
disgusting
just
face.
Take the
Just
painting and start walking out with it.
All right. Yeah, he goes back behind the counter. He pulls one of what you're at this point assuming many levers back there. The door opens, unlocks, and you guys are out into the street. Now, I should check, how long does charm last?
1 hour.
An hour.
Okay. So it's been about maybe 15 minutes.
Yep. So I just kind of look at Ophelia, like, okay, let's get everyone and let's get out of here.
Oh, man.
Everyone now give me a perception check.
I am.
will do.
So
Perception check, don't fail me now.
Ophelia kind of turns to Igor, and she's like, "I am so glad I didn't put my real name on that contract."
Yes. Wait.
God.
Ha! Your secret's safe with me.
I got a 23 and I got a 17.
So Avi, Ophelia, and Igora, as you guys are kind of making your way down the street, you do see a flicker of movement higher up as you're walking away. And specifically Ophelia, and because you saw this particular monkey before, Sanguinius the Switchblade is watching you from a rooftop.
Yeah, so let's take us to Courageous route.
I wave at it. And
Are you guys gonna try and lose the monkey, or are you just gonna keep? We have nothing to hide, walking down the street.
I blow my kiss at the monkey. The monkey is charmed.
I think since I also see the monkey,
Is the monkey charmed?
No,
no.
just by my appearance.
He pulls out from he's wearing a little belt, his little monkey-sized switchblade.
If you guys need me to, I could just be a regular cat.
I clap my hands.
Let's go this way. We don't know them. We don't know them.
I clap my hands. Choco comes running around the corner.
Yeah.
And I basically I do the thing where I bring her onto the chocobo.
All right. I'll allow you to ride on back, Elric.
Thank you, my lady. Jump onto the back of the chocobo. And zip zip zoom.
Yip.
Yip. Choco, yip.
I don't know anything about monkeys, but are they as fast as a big
Choco's speed is 35 feet.
You guys want to do because I'm so are both of you going to be on the back of Choco and with the painting and try and just lose them by speeding off?
Yeah.
Yeah, why not? That's
all right.
fun.
Give me an athletics check, I guess, or
I mean,
if you can come up with some other kind of check.
Choco's
Acrobatics check.
All of us, or just
no, because you guys haven't been clocked yet.
No,
as far
I
as
think
Choco's base speed is 35.
Yeah, but the monkey can he can jump from roof to roof, so he's got an easier bit of terrain.
I cast
sorry.
haste.
Choco's base speed is 40. I'm full of it. Choco's fast as F.
All right, and if you want, you could do haste, and that will just completely.
Ace.
Okay, yeah. You just become a blur of onyx feathers, and I don't know what color Ophelia is wearing today. I can't remember.
Pink.
Black and
But
white,
you guys
actually.
do
Black
see
and white.
you guys do see your friends sort of like blur, and then.
Meow.
Aerith,
I mean, what the heck?
Aerith, we don't know them. We were here having a picnic,
Yes.
and now we're gonna go back home.
I agree. So Aerith kind of loses the cat stature, packs everything up, tosses it in her never-ending bag. All right, Bob, let's go. And then just slowly walks with Avi
All
Avi.
right. So yeah, you guys have seemingly made a clean getaway.
Seemingly.
40, 80, 90, 100, 120, 40,
Also,
80,
what is your
90.
real
That's
name?
120 feet.
Name.
Wait. Okay, I need to figure this out. If we're going 120
Turns out
feet every 6
Zoe
seconds.
was Kiara all along. Did you ever see them in the same room together?
Yes.
Oh, damn it, that's
Actually,
true.
Did you ever see them
Lies.
flirting together? Oh, wait,
Yes,
yeah,
actually,
totally.
at least once. I saw
That could just mean she's narcissistic.
Damn.
Clone
Ophelia
spells a hell of a drug.
Narcissistic? Never.
Y'all,
Huh?
I'm looking it up right now.
Oh, God.
So let's see. So if we just did 120 feet in 6 seconds,
Calculating how fast
that's
we-
20 feet a second. We were going 13 miles an hour.
So as fast as my electric scooter goes.
Yes.
Not even as fast as, like, somebody actually drives.
I'm not gonna
Also,
lie.
you're having to weave in and out of houses without hitting people.
We were effectively
Right.
going at a pace the car idles in a fantasy world. That was amazing.
Let's go.
All right, so you guys make your way back to the school. It's about midday. You show up on campus. You guys are, I think, still dressed in your fancy duds from this deception. You're carrying a big old package on the back of a chocobo, essentially. A few people give you a bit of an odd look, but, you know, people got classes.
Just wink at him.
Do you guys want to do anything, or do you want to wait for the rest of your party to catch up?
Let's just wait for people to catch up at
Okay.
the dorm.
We'll wait.
10 minutes pass. The group is all together again, and you have accomplished this particular mission.
Oh,
Hey.
just so y'all know, someone might be dying to the mob tonight because of us, but that's fine.
Oh,
We didn't
How did I
personally
know
kill him,
that?
so it's fine.
well,
He was a bit of a creep.
So-
It's okay.
what did you guys tell him?
What did we tell him? I blacked out.
I told him I would put a good word in with the boss, and then I winked and pointed to my leg.
Out of context, God, that makes no sense.
In context, it's amazing.
It's like, listen, you know what? The amount of people who've been mistaking me for a member of the Gripply mob, it actually came in handy this time.
Also, does that make them kind of racist? I don't know.
Yeah, kind
Yeah.
of.
Kinda, yeah.
Also, all Gripplies are criminals?
Okay,
I mean-
so can we go find Chizeri?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's. Should we figure out the painting before we give it to Shazari? Because there are charms on it that are
And I
weird.
trust
should-
Zare to know what they're doing.
We should
with.
definitely do some checks maybe before we give it to
Well,
Shizuri.
I don't
You
want to
guys-
hurt him with it.
Yeah.
You guys want to like take it to like an empty classroom? Do you want to take it back to the dorm? Do you
Let's
want
just
like
take it back
are
to
you
the
gonna give it to him without unwrapping it, or do you want to examine it first?
We should I feel like we should definitely examine it first. Maybe take it out to an open space. So just in case we shouldn't be in a isolated area.
Well, if you guys want, you could chase some people playing Magical Ultimate Frisbee off part of the lawn. It is a university campus. There's
We
always
could-
a university Magical Frisbee game going on.
We could go use the spot I've been working on in my free time.
What spot?
That library we cleared out.
Oh,
Ooh. Very
The,
good
the,
idea.
the giant tree stump one.
Yeah, it'd be nice to revisit it. I bet what is it, the scripts?
Oh no,
Maybe
they're out
this-
of there. They got
Yeah, but-
rehomed.
Well, yeah, they moved
My-
in with me.
They were
Yeah.
rehomed.
They might want to see their old spot.
Well, just in case anything dangerous happens, I think I'll leave them at
Oh.
home.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
are pretty
yeah.
fragile, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys can make your way to the Tree Stump Library. It has sort of like the fantasy world equivalent of orange cones out front, just saying, you know, under renovations and cleaning. But seeing as you're the guys who, you know, fixed up the place, you could probably just walk right in.
Yeah. God, a lot of cleaning necessary for this place.
There was.
I don't think I've ever been there.
Well, no, this was before your time, perhaps.
Yes, this was.
Basically, there were lots of giant bugs and annoying gremlins here that leapt off bookshelves and nearly killed people. It's looking a little better inside. It does seem like all the old books and old supplies have been moved. It very much looks like a place that's under renovations where all the shelves are bare and everything that can be removed that's not nailed down has been moved away. So it's weirdly empty now. It's just the walls and shelves and anything that's actually part of the building's structure itself. But there's plenty of rooms now that have been cleaned. It does seem like the whole place has been cleaned up. It's been like a couple months now. And it does seem like a few alterations have been made. They're taking the opportunity with things being cleaned up to, you know, fix the place up before, you know, it gets loaded up with stuff. So you guys have a pick. You could just sit out in the middle of the room, like one of the little reading nooks. You could go to an individual room. You guys could go down. Was the basement here where you guys got down into the caves? I can't quite remember.
No, it wasn't. This is just an ancillary building.
Okay. Oh yeah, so you guys have the space yourselves. No one seems to be working on the building right now.
Okay. Main room or side room?
Let's just do wherever there's the most room.
I've been working in the main room a little bit. We can go there.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm trying to think if I should bother to pull up the map for this.
Yeah, it should still be in there. Stump library.
Tree stump. Stump library? Yeah, there we go.
Yep.
It's fun to revisit places.
Here, I'll
This place looks cool. Never been here before.
delete NG.
So it's actually probably a little cleaner now than the map gives it credit for. But yeah, you guys could pick a spot.
Why is there always gigantic?
I'm fixing that right now.
He's got a huge presence.
Yeah.
And you guys can just pick a spot and all right.
So when we unwrap it, you know, we're taking precautions to not touch anything we're not supposed to be touching.
This will actually be the first time Aerith and Avi have seen the painting.
Oh yeah.
Outside of the sketch in the brochure. Do you guys want to do a first-time perception check on it to examine it?
Oh. Let's perceive this thing.
Well, the two people hadn't seen it before.
Oh, right. I don't remember what my original perception of it was.
All right. Well, here we go. It's going to fail me again.
I mean, you got higher than Avi.
Oh, this is very true.
So yeah, just to refresh everyone, the painting seems to be an oil-based painting. Very beautiful brushstroke. It seems to be the scene of a beach, but off to sort of the side, off center of it, there seems to be a lovely kind of stone pathway that's been built out into the water, which leads to a circular platform. On the platform, growing from it at sort of an angle and it curves back around, is a sakura tree. It's got lovely kind of pale pink blossoms, and there seems to be like a few blossoms on the ground, and there's like a carpet or a rug. It's a little far into the painting, sort of, to see it's in the distance, but it seems to be a lovely kind of oceanside scene.
So a couple things. One, can I have Agate make a perception check as well?
Sure.
To see if they have any kind of reaction to it. 22.
Agate kind of like goes in, sniffs it, and kind of like blinks a few times and kind of recoils a little bit.
Is that mean, cat?
Interesting.
Don't thing.
She looks more perplexed than scared or concerned.
There's definitely something odd about it.
Well, that's
And as a reminder also that there are chains wrapped around it, not huge chains,
Right.
and from the chains are hanging like little wooden charms with writing on them.
So, detect
what
magic
is?
aura, first of all.
I was going to ask what the language was on the charms.
Give me a flat d20 plus your intelligence just to try and identify the language, or
Society.
well, roll it and then well, sorry, Avi, that was the perception for I get right. You
For
wanted
Ag,
to
yeah.
okay.
You might need to repeat that for me so I can go.
/R d20 plus whatever your intelligence is, which I think is a +3.
So just put +3.
Just a flat intelligence check, just to try and identify the language.
/R space.
Yeah.
Yeah, d20
+3.
+3. Got it.
Nice.
Now you identify the language, and here's the question: then, do you speak Tien?
No, I only speak Common, Amaran, Draconian, Elven, Jotun, and Halfling.
I
Only.
I only speak
French,
this.
English, Spanish, Japanese, Chinese.
Somebody clip
Everything but this
Six
language.
Twitch chat. Somebody clip
Yes.
that, please. Thank
To be
you.
fair, I think Tien is pretty far from Magambia.
Yes.
So does
But yeah,
anybody
this-
else speak this language?
Oh, I only speak Common, Elven, Draconic, Sylvan, Celestial, Zomba, Undercommon, and Aklo.
Get the heck out
I
of
mean,
here.
you guys are at a school. It would be weird that you wouldn't have a wide breadth of knowledge.
Would I be able to summon a creature, a fae that knows Tien? Is that something I could realistically do?
That might take a little bit of research, because off the top of your head and off the top of my head, I don't know which creatures know what languages.
There's like the water naiads. They might know.
I heard that there's this magical scroll called Google.
Go.
I mean, theoretically, if there
There's
were
also a
water
spell called
naiads
Comprehend
in
Languages.
Japan that you could summon.
Yeah, can I specifically summon a water naiad
Water-
from Tien?
Water naiads speak Common, Elven, and Sylvan.
Yeah, like a lot of elemental things, I imagine, would not have region-specific languages.
Yeah, and unfortunately, we're not a high enough level to summon any yokai yet.
No toilet ghosts.
I could just go looking for
Do we have a translation book? Can we get a book? Can we find a book?
Oh,
Unfortunately,
yeah, we are in a library.
very notably,
Essie.
all the shelves here are empty.
Damn it.
Yeah, that's true.
Wait,
Eric-
give me a minute. Igora runs back on Choco to the dorm.
And meanwhile, Aerith is just staring at the charms, just reading it and just going, "Yep, no clue what it says."
Though, Avi, you wanted to do something.
Read or detect magic.
All right. The painting and the charms are both magical.
Yes.
But read or what kind of magical?
Are you focusing on the charm specifically or the painting?
I've got time for both. It's a
Okay.
cantrip.
While Igor is running off to find someone in a school who can speak a foreign language, which wouldn't be that outlandish,
Yeah.
you determine that,
I
one,
have an idea.
the charms do have abjuration magic on them. And
Oh.
second, the painting has a lot of different kinds of magic in it.
Mm.
It is quite
Interesting.
magical. It's not like, it's a sentient magic epic thing of epic proportions that could destroy the world. It just seems to have been layered on a lot of different kind of magics.
Basically like a Horcrux, right? Of some sort?
Not exactly. For one thing, it's
Kiara is a
specifically it is specifically like arcane magic. If it was a Horcrux, that would imply that it has a soul in it, which would be more divine magic.
Little
Right.
did we know, Kiara was a lich the entire
But
time.
it is specifically arcane and not primal or occult.
Yes.
Okay, that's good to know.
Which is more on the safer side of magic, really.
Well, there are some pretty crazy arcane spells. Like arcane stuff kind of level, you can mess with time. So
Oh God.
Oh,
Would we be able to make an Arcana check to kind of see if we can?
you can certainly make an arcana check. For one thing, you could also rack your brains if you have heard anytime you're at school kinds of magics that were used in paintings.
I think I'm gonna stack Pocket Library and Discern Secrets on this Arcana check.
Oh my.
Heck
Can
yeah.
you throw Pocket Archive up on
I
the
would-
You know what?
Oh.
I'm using a hero point. Fuck. Well, that's a 20.
I can make an Arcana check as well if you would like me to.
Yeah.
Blah!
Oof.
You used up all your
Ooh.
mojo earlier, Ophelia.
I know. I really did. My God. So glad too.
You can't think specifically because like art-based enchantments are a little niche, but you have heard occasionally of people using magic to hide things in like paintings because you know it's sort of an interesting magical theory in that because paintings are used to evoke either emotions or locations or objects, there it can become easier to hide things in magically inside paintings because there's already like an object to sort of focus the spell on. Like you heard a story once of a painting, an incredibly detailed painting of a beautiful gold cup, and with the right magic or something, someone just reached into the painting and pulled out the gold cup.
Huh.
Ah.
Would I know if sentient creatures could survive in such a holding?
That would be another Arcana check because
Oh,
that's a very
right.
specific question about magic.
Since this is a
So,
different specific question, I think I will also use Discern Secrets on this.
Ooh.
Ugh, nope.
Did you
well,
relay
you know what? I'm
that
going to
to
say,
everybody?
Ophelia, and Avi, you guys kind of put your heads together. You're good friends. You have done many a late night study session together. You kind of figure out that while it is obviously very different than, say, a bag of holding, because bag of holdings are literally just a space, it's possible that a living thing could be trapped inside a painting. There is a couple provisos, though. One, looking at the object, there's nothing in the painting itself, so it would have to be some sort of like metaphorical thing, because if a person was hiding in the painting, as a focus, you'd think there'd have to be an image of a person in the painting. And second, even if they could survive in the painting, there's potentially no food in the painting. And there also maybe like it's potentially not, like an entire alternate dimension.
Right.
They may literally run out of oxygen if they spent, days in there.
Oh God.
Like pocket dimensions are powerful and useful, but they do have limitations. And you're not even sure if that's what this is.
How is Igor's search for somebody that knows Tien going?
Well, where were you specifically looking? Are you just going back to the dorm?
I was going to head back to the dorm and ask Essie.
Oh boy, I have to
A wealth
pull
of
up our-
knowledge.
I have to pull up our student thing. Hold on. Kindle Magic.
What do you mean? We're referencing characters from
Students of the Megamia. Essie. All right, what do you got, Essie, for me?
Well,
I'm given these stat blocks for all these characters. I might as well use them.
Essie might have
Heck
comprehend,
yeah.
but I think at the very least Essie might know someone who would have what we need, so I can just use them as a go-between essentially. But yeah, I just knock on their door.
No. Okay, hold on. Okay, this is much better. I went to the character sheet, and the character sheet is useless. The bio is where stuff is.
Just knock on Essie's door.
You know what? I'm going to actually say Essie is probably, it turns out, not the person best to ask this, because they are technically in the Tempest Sun mages, so their spell casting and arcane education is more in terms of like the physical realm and not so much academia. She is a very dedicated student, but not all about academic pursuits. She's not going to become a university professor. She's going to become a kick-ass battle mage.
That's cool.
It's not what I took her for. That's my bad then.
Yeah.
Maybe Anchor Root then?
Yeah, her notable skills actually include athletics.
No, maybe Anchor Root then.
Let's take a look at anchor root.
I was more thinking just because Essie has like her nose up in everyone's business so much that she might be able to point me in the right direction.
That's a little mean, but
That's
possibly
a little
true.
mean.
But no, that was meant as a compliment. That wasn't like as a, oh, she has her nose up in everyone's business. Like, she has her nose up in everyone's
There's
business.
no way
so
to
she
say
knows.
that someone has their nose up in everyone's business and make it sound like a nice thing. That's not a nice thing.
You do find anchor root. She is sorting seeds on a little table.
I
and
wait till she's like done, like the pile she's on. I say, Anchor Root, sorry to disturb you.
do you explain that you're looking for someone who speaks Tien?
Yeah, I say, we're trying to do a little bit of a project. We need someone who speaks Tien. Would you happen to do so, or do you know anyone who does?
Languages, unfortunately, are also not her thing, but she suggests you look for one of the students that is involved with the Ujinjati, because they're all about stories and cultural stuff, so they might be someone who has a bit more knowledge of languages.
I was just about to say Okoro probably would.
Yeah, I'll go to get Okoro next then.
Okoro, unfortunately, is in the middle of a class somewhere. They're not in the dorm.
Well,
All
there's
right.
also
Is Spider Mama?
No.
No?
She's not in
Uzunjati,
Uzunjati.
I'm just gonna tell you straight up. The Uzunjati, we have Noxolo and Okoro.
And me.
So Noxolo.
Props for good note taking.
Noxolo next. Welcome to Igor's grand adventure, going around looking for someone who speaks Tien. I just need to
That's
find,
it. That's the whole stream.
I just need to find someone who's a member of the
And now you're welcome to my hell.
Yeah, I need to
Usun
find a
wabi
member.
jabi.
I need to find someone who's a member of that school, just carrying around a katana with them.
That is. There's
Oddly
a lot
enough,
of things I could say.
Oddly
While you're
enough, it's funny you should say that, though not directly linked. It does specifically say in Noxolo's notes his strangest quirk, her strongest quirk, is always uses murder in her hypothetical examples.
Nice. While you were studying Halfling, I was studying the blade.
She's the one that has the. She's the one that has like the bear crocodile.
No.
No, she's the one who is kind of like a dancer. She's a little bit of a daydreamer.
Hobbies include dance, high fashion, kite flying, watching motes of dust float through the air.
Bringing up
Airhead,
murder.
who thinks about murder?
My kind of gal,
I
right
love
there.
that.
Queen shit.
So both Uzunjati are preoccupied.
Yes, you suspect they may be in class together.
Well,
Well,
that's
damn.
no fun.
Who's the professor? Do I know them?
Also, this is what Noxolo looks like. Chat.
Very specifically, apparently, they have a history of escaping family stuff, and by doing so, they started dressing as a man, and that piqued their interest in experimenting with fashion. It's
Oh,
interesting backstory for the character.
Active.
cool. That's cool.
we need to get to
Yeah,
know
maybe eventually,
Noxolo.
real sit down and just talk to your dorm mates at some point.
We really should. Can we?
Turns out one of them is a serial killer. No.
Nice.
And it's
It's
not
necessary.
Igora?
Yeah, no, that one left. No.
All right. Well, Igora's mission failed.
Just bad time of the day.
Well,
Keep in
Is
mind,
there-
they all sleep at the dorm, so they'll have to come back eventually.
Is there any books? Well, I mean, in the school,
Are there any books in the whole school?
in
There
the
are,
whole school.
yes, if you guys want to, trying to think exactly. What would you roll to look up books in the library?
Society.
Now, are you just trying to dive and find them yourself, or you want to talk to a librarian?
I have academia lore. I could
Like-
probably
Okay, yeah, roll academia lore.
My lore.
not
Academia.
quite library lore. God damn it! I am just not rolling.
You know
a
what?
5 tonight.
You are literally just knowing how to use a library. That's good enough.
That's
Dewey Decimal System. Let's go.
You
Nice.
find Tien for beginners, advanced Tien, and folklore of the Tien and subcontinent.
And
All
Tien for
three.
dummies.
check out all 3 and head back to our little secret library.
Big note at the start of the Tien book: not all Tien swords are katanas.
No. No, there's a whole bunch of other really cool weapons in Tian.
Yes.
They are incredibly powerful weapons. If you are a fighter, use Tian weapons. They are
Oh,
Out
so
of-
I'm just going to say this to the stream because I'm going to challenge myself to do this. The Pathfinder 2nd edition crew has not yet come out with a transplant of the geisha subclass from PF1. So hell, I'm going to do it myself.
nice.
Oh yeah.
Out of
But also-
character, is Tien how it sounds like it's spelled like?
Tien, I think.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. I want to look this up, but go ahead.
So yeah, you take the book from one library to the empty library. Gonna rehome the book. Maybe?
Nerds.
Yeah.
We're just building our own library here at this point.
I'm gonna start reading through it and see what I can accomplish.
I'll start reading through one of the other books while she's reading through one of the books.
We need to fill out all these
Alright.
empty bookshelves with something.
Tag team this.
Give
I
me
like how.
Are you guys willing to spend the whole rest of the day doing this, or are you trying to speed this process along?
I can absolutely spend the rest of the day doing this.
I want to speed it along because I want to talk to Shazari.
Okay, give me a perception check then to try and find, because it's not like whole sentences are written on here. You're literally looking for maybe a couple phrases. So yeah,
That's
okay. In the advanced Tien, you find references, especially since this is a book found in Megambia's library. You find references to warding and protection charms. And you get the impression that rather than being something like, oh, to keep this horrific forbidden painting sealed to the world, these are more things designed to protect the painting.
Oh,
They're literally protective charms.
Oh, okay.
we are fools, is what we are.
Because it is just a painting.
So then
One, if you determinedly pushed your finger into it, you could probably poke a hole in it.
I'm
Or maybe not.
to assume that he wasn't touching the charms because he just didn't want to mess them up, or
Yeah, he speaks less languages than you guys do.
that's fair.
But why were people entranced by the painting then?
You don't know?
There's a lot of arcane magic layered on top of it, like so many different schools that I can't really tell it apart.
Hmm. I
So-
don't like messing with things that I don't understand.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
Says the magic student.
I understand magic.
I have to imagine there's a lot of secrets in here. Honestly,
Secrets of magic?
It's possible Chisari may know more.
Let's bring them in.
Are you wanting to bring it? Oh, the chat is saying Tien is with an A, not an T.
T-I-A-N.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank
Because
you again,
when
chat. I
when
think
I
this
looked
was
at-
the same chat that fixed us about the grapple thing, so we appreciate it.
On a
Yeah,
side note,
because
y'all, look up the wheel of wind and fire from the Ruby Phoenix adventure path. It's a sick weapon. Please use it.
Sorry, Aaron, you were saying something.
it's only because when I looked up Tien, I just saw a lot of Dragon Ball Z references,
I
and I'm
think,
like, you know what?
That's how it
Yes.
got into my brain, I think. Poor
And I'm
Tien.
like, you know what?
Poor Tien.
Yes, I will just say this is definitely in the lore that Dragon Ball Z is in our lore, so I was
Dragon
just
Ball Z
willing
is
to accept it.
canon.
I mean, if we ever
Pathfinder.
if we ever do the Phoenix tournament, who knows? There might be a
We could.
carrot named fighter showing up at the tournament.
I love Karen. You're not welcome.
They
Kakarot,
do-
what are you doing here?
they-
What?
In that AP,
I'm just-
I've read through it.
I'm Sun Wukong.
That might be one of the ones I GM on this channel at some point, but they do say to feel free to include like other fighters and like explain like the other fights that are going on. It's a really cool AP. I highly recommend it.
Everyone loves a tournament arc. But anyway, do you guys want to go and find Shazari and bring him here, or do you want
Yes.
to take the painting to him?
Let's bring him here.
Yeah, I would definitely agree to bring him here.
All right. Give me a quick perception check. Anyone who wants to try and find Shazari. It's kind of funny. You guys are almost like you guys are on
Ooh.
assignment, so you're not skipping class, but everyone else is like going about normal school stuff.
I got a
I
nat
follow the
20.
smell.
Avi,
Oh yeah,
you,
you're good.
Your bad eyes, despite it being a little past noon, managed to notice a figure walking in the distance, his tail swinging. And yeah, you find Shazari. He seems to be returning from classes, and he turns like, "Oh, hello, my friends. It's a wonderful day we're having today, isn't it?"
It is a very, very wonderful day, actually. Like
An extremely
wonderful day.
Oh,
Actually,
so you heard about my latest success with the copper distillery?
I actually haven't, but if you
Oh,
want to
then never
hear about
mind.
our latest success, you should come to the abandoned library like right now.
Oh, I'm excited to see this. And he follows you guys to the library.
Avi flourishes her little bat wings. Ta-da!
And he
Hey,
just
Shazari.
hello, Eric. It is wonderful to see you again.
It's wonderful to see you too. Say
You're-
hi,
you're-
Bob. Don't be rude.
Your fur is looking very well groomed today.
Oh, thank you. Yours is too. Thank you.
Yes, well, if one thing I've learned mixing various chemicals and the potions and drinks is just the right thing, the right mix to get the best luster out of your fur.
I agree.
But yes, he pauses and just sort of takes in the painting, and he turns to y'all looking. He just looks grateful. It's just like a combination of like a smile and like kind of a weight lifted off. I hope you didn't have to do anything terribly unseemly. Again, I really hope this was nothing that could interfere with your education at the school. This was my problem, and I felt so terrible that I could not solve it myself.
Oh, no, we got in and out. The worst thing that's going to happen is that the guy's legs might get broken by the Gripply mob, but you know.
He deserved it.
There's a lot to unpack there, but yes, I did not particularly care for him.
I think Igor and Ophelia promised that they might help him with the Gripply Mog, and then we didn't.
And then I didn't.
I mean, we didn't sign on
Well-
names on any contract, did we, Ophelia?
Who knows if we are lucky? This will be a self-solving problem. Who knows? And he moves and he picks up the painting. He's like, "Thank you very much," and he starts to walk off with the painting.
Wait.
Wait.
You're gonna tell us about it?
I mean, it's a wonderful painting. It belonged to Kira. I believe I've mentioned everything that I know about it.
Shazari, do you speak Tian?
I mean, a little.
Can you translate?
We already did.
Then
We used our books to translate it, didn't we?
such good students you are.
Did we?
But Shazari, the whole thing's covered in arcane magic. Like there might be something hidden in it.
I wouldn't worry about it.
I am worried about it. Or at least
Yeah.
I'm very curious about it.
Well, I will. I'd always planned to study the painting myself, and I will let you know if I find anything. And he just walks off.
Does he look sus?
I think
Does he look
Shazari is a
sauced?
little. I was gonna say. I was actually gonna say.
Sus.
Hey, is he a little sus right now?
All right,
Is
so
he being
sus,
a little...
not sauced.
Sussy Baka?
Sus. Is he a sussy waka?
Give me a
Okay.
perception check.
I'm gonna do one for Agate too.
I
Oh,
perceive
Is there
nothing.
someone
Oh,
above
boy.
us?
All right,
No, not 20.
I
nat
trust
20,
my
yeah.
friends.
I mean, Avi and Agate, you do feel like he's not being outright deceptive or anything, but he is being a tad dismissive. It feels like he is mostly just concerned with getting this and taking it away. He may not really be listening to you guys now.
Interesting.
Would you, Shazari? I like tug on his sleeve.
Yes?
I feel like you're not taking this seriously.
I'm literally not sure what you mean. It is a painting. It very well be magical. It's it was coming to a student at the Megambia. It's very likely magical, but I'm not going to, fire off spells at it or, try and stick my face into it or anything.
But how
does
come it
anyone
was so
know?
secret?
Well, for one thing, it had been stolen from where it was supposed to go to somewhere I was unaware where it was, and Kiara herself did not know where it had gone, so that's why it was mysterious.
That isn't that crazy that now we don't know where Kiara is.
Yes, that is unfortunate.
We
But
care about her.
she has her reasons, and she has her own life to lead, apparently. So, if she wants the painting, I'd be happy to return it to her if she ever comes back. But for the moment, I'm very curious about it, and I was hoping to look at it myself if that is perfectly all right.
I will say, Shizeri, there's no reason why a switchblade monkey just kept watching us as we left the building. So what's the reason?
Well, it's
Well,
probably
to be
very
fair,
bad.
that monkey is very suspicious and unpleasant. I think I've caught it menacing babies at one point.
Shazari, just a word
Oh.
of warning.
They had fruit, and it wanted the fruit, and it had a knife. The equation was pretty simple for the monkey.
Shazari, just a word of warning. Whilst we were in the process of obtaining it, we were told that a number of people experience this sort of mesmerization effect while looking at it. So just be careful about that.
I will. I promise you, I will be careful.
Yep.
And as I said, I'm not planning to, plumb the depths of its enchantments. I'm taking an interest. That is all.
I actually do think maybe we should plumb some depths, because what if there's a clue about Kiara?
Well, how about this? It is almost the evening. Why don't I admit I could not have done this without you, and you are my friends, my dorm mates, and if you wish to investigate this with me, I have no reason to refuse you. So why don't we meet up bright and early tomorrow? It is the equivalent of the weekend. We can spend the whole day studying it together.
The whole day?
Yes, it will be a academic party. I have some new creations that I think would be wonderful to enjoy with it. So I will sit down and enjoy it all with you come the morning.
Will there be snacks?
Yes, you have to pair some of my creations. I've discovered that certain drinks, I'll be upfront about it, are best paired with fruits or cheeses, sometimes chocolates.
If you need anything else, just let me know.
Well, surprise me.
Well, Shazari, if you're bringing the booze, I will make a charcuterie board.
I don't know what that is, but it sounds interesting.
I have some business I need to take care of tomorrow, so I will leave that to you all.
Just because we are getting near the end of the evening, so you guys return to your dorm. Shazari actually joins you for dinner once he's stored the painting in his room. You guys have a nice dinner. He seems that kind of tired happy where something you've long wanted for finally happened, and you're just like, oh, it's over. You guys all head back to the dorm. You get a good night's rest. The morning rolls around. You guys roll up to the meeting spot with your picnic baskets and the like. And about an hour passes.
God, mother!
And another
With
hour
a
passes.
Nat 20. What up?
Well, here's the thing.
I know.
He didn't lie to you.
Oh, no. Okay.
Uh-oh.
So about 2 hours passes. What do you guys want to do?
I think
dorm?
after the first hour, we
Okay.
would have gone straight to his
Yeah.
dorm. We live
Okay.
with him.
Yeah, you go to the dorm room.
Yeah.
You don't hear anything, unless you guys want to do a glass to the door thing or put your ear to it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, we do. We're
Um,
nosy.
give me a perception check just to see
We're
how.
we're so incredibly.
I mean, that's not a bad thing for an adventuring party.
I got
There
a
we
nat
go,
22.
Ophelia.
Good lord, here we go.
Let's
Oh.
What is this?
Yeah. All right, so because you got a nat 20, Ophelia, with your musician's ear, you think you hear sort of this sound, like it's sort of a regular sound, like it's hard to kind of identify, be like, that doesn't sound like any sound I've heard in Shazaria's room. Usually there's bubbling or laughing or the clinking of glasses, but there's a weird sound coming from in there,
A swooshing sound.
possibly.
Interesting.
I relay that to everybody. What could it be?
Sorry, what was that, McKenna?
I said I'm gonna try the handle. I'm assuming it's locked.
Actually, it isn't.
Oh?
The door just... Um,
Shazari?
there is no answer, and there doesn't seem to be like a light on in the room.
Uh-oh.
Dancing lights.
Dancing lights. All right. You do. There's a lot of like things reflect in the room because Shazari has a lot of like glass bottles and metallic surfaces and the like. And you do notice on a couple surfaces candles that seem to have burnt completely down to their thing. That's why the light's gone out. And at the far end of the room, propped up against the wall, chains all along the floor, the charms brushed off to the side, is just the painting sitting there, unencumbered now.
Do you think Shazari is stuck in the painting?
As you guys approach, you look at the painting, and it's hard to make out. It's just a little smudge, but you think on the far end of the stone kind of walkway ending on the platform with the tree, there's like a figure sitting on the platform now that wasn't there.
No!
I knew it!
Oh!
Oh, that's bad.
I feel like Aerith is actually me holding a tortilla with like food in it. It's just like, I knew it!
Aerith is actively eating the snacks that we brought for
all
the picnic.
And that is where we're going to end things for today.
No!
Huh.
I was
Alright.
actually going to
Ew.
save this second part for a little later, but you guys were really on wanting to study this painting, so had to shorten that thread.
So Matt,
Damn it!
question for
Yes.
you.
Uh-huh.
Is that sounds like that's about half of the assignments, isn't it?
You know what? Yeah, I will let you guys level up. I was going to maybe do one more low-level adventure, but you guys did well, and I think this was a fun one, so why not? It might make, I think there's maybe 2 lower level things left. They might make them a little easy for you, but at least you'll then be able to move right into the challenging and more strenuous stuff.
Yes.
I hear level 6.
All right, but everyone, thank you so much for coming to.
Yes, thank you for
Strength
coming,
of Thousands
everyone.
Game. Don't forget to go and support the Tea House GoFundMe if you can. Help
Please.
Zoe out with that.
Appreciate it.
Otherwise, don't forget, on Wednesday we have the next episode of the League of Amazing Adventurers.
Yes,
On
watch me
Friday
cry.
we have the next episode of the Calling Chronicle. And tonight, let's see, we did third action last week, so I'll send you all the PJ this week.
Yeah.
Tonight
Thank you
we'll
all
head
for
over
joining
there.
us tonight.
And I will say, everyone, thank you so much for coming tonight. Don't forget to check out our many other shows here on the channel. Boop. And we will see you on the next one. Goodbye!
Good night, everyone.
Bye, bye.